All right. Welcome in, everybody. Here we are again on a beautiful Sunday afternoon on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. Oh, we've had a pretty decent morning so far. We've caught a few fish on stand day. We got the rods out. Let's see if we can't keep it going. What do you say? Let me turn this camera around. I'll show you who we're fishing with today. Just give me a second. Don't be looking up my nose. Get this turned around here. Boom, boom. All right, right off the bat here, right out in front of us, just going to be off camera. There is our Ancient Mariner contender rod, the 10-footer with the Ancient Mariner 6,000 reel on it. And next to that, one of our fan favorites, the Lisa rod from Catfish Regulator. She is right here by us. She's going to try to get on something today for you. Hopefully Lisa will pull it off. She did good last week. Let's see if she can do it again. And next to her, we've got the 14-foot Mad Cats Goblin from Cool Cats James. That rod has been on fire today. It's caught a couple of fish. Did a great job for me. Let's see if it can keep it going. Right after that, we've got another 10-foot Ancient Mariner Challenger rod with another 6,000 Ancient Mariner reel on it. And right down yonder on the end, that's our girl. That's our baby. That's the one everybody loves. You know it, Black Betty. She's out there. We got her thrown up in them rocks. We're going to let her do some work today. She has caught one fish today already. Let's see if she can keep it going. Let's say hi to everybody in chat. I'm probably going to have to bait up those two rods down there, Black Betty and that Ancient Mariner, because they haven't had anything going on in a little bit, and I'm pretty sure they're hung up in the rocks. We'll have to break off, retie, rebait, and get them back out there. But we'll deal with that in just a minute. Let's say hi to everybody in chat. Go back to the beginning. All right, right off the bat, first one in, Mr. Mike Sampson. My buddy Mike. What's up, Sampy? There's my little brother, 217 Rebel Outdoors. What's going on? Good to have you. Lisa Elliott. There you go, girl. Lisa Rod, right out front, right here by us. Let's see if she can get something going today. Come on, girl. You can do it. We believe in you. 217 saying hi. Fishing with Big Mike. Big Mike. Man, heck of a tournament last night. The bank anglers got out there, got a few fish on the board. That's what it's all about. Mike did a great job last night. Very proud of him. And once again, he beat the brakes off of me. Not too happy about that, but you know what? I don't care. I'm just kidding. I can live with it. I'm a huge fan of Big Mike. He's one of the first bank anglers I ever started watching on YouTube, and he has never let me down. Great guy, great channel, and fun to watch. Absolutely fun to watch. Amanda, welcome in. Hell, there's my girl, Mary Mercifer, all the way from Canada. What's up, Mary? Good to see you, girl. Love you to death. Hillbilly Moonshiners in the house. What's going on? Hooks and hammocks. Oh, man. I am so pumped up. In 2 weeks from yesterday, I'm going to get to hang out with Hooks and Hammocks. Yeah, Chris, we'll probably just let him he can sit on the outskirts of the campsite. I'm going to hang out with Telly. She's a lot more fun. No, I'm kidding, Chris. You know I love you, buddy. But I am super, super pumped about that. We've got the Crab Orchard Lake meetup in Southern Illinois. Oh, my campsite's going to be right next to Hooks and Hammocks. How can you not be excited about that? I bet you they're going to be dreading it, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to bug them a lot. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. They said, how are you so awake? My eyes won't open. Dude, I'm running on a less than 2 hours sleep. So I don't know how long this live will be. If you see me walk out in front of the camera and fall down, don't worry about it. I just fell asleep walking. Just don't call the ambulance or back. I will get up after about a 15-minute nap. Warren Farley, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you, Warren. Woo! Man, Warren Farley is one of the biggest supporters of my channel. Warren takes care of me. He's a good guy. And you know what? I'd say that no matter what. Oh boy, outdoors, Larry. Listen to me. One of my newest fishing buddies, me and Larry, we got a lot coming up. He's healing up from surgery, but Larry, you take your time, brother. Get well, but take your time doing it. And when you're healed up and you're ready, me and you gonna set it on fire. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And there's his lovely wife, Fanny. Listen, be in there. Hey, Fanny won. She won one of my bait towels on a drawing on the stand day a while ago. Be getting that out to you, Fanny, and I hope you like it. I'm gonna send you one of the really good ones. Okay. And there's Marlena. What's up, Marlena? Well, man, I tell you what, that catfish with us people, they're all really, really, really cool and great people. I ain't gonna lie. I think Marlena's my favorite. Right now, I'm saying she's out in the lead as far as being my favorite, without a doubt. But that ain't nothing against the other ones. I like them too. But yeah, Marlena is my favorite. Catfish Dog, Tim, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Set a box of earplugs to take. You better be sure you do. Cujo Etzfield. Cujo, fantastic job last night. Man, I know how hard it was to net that fish because I know the spot you guys were at. That was a difficult situation. You guys scared the crap out of me. I just knew you were going to lose that fish, but you came through the clutch. You got it. Fantastic job, brother. Appreciate it. Beautiful weather for a cat hunting. Best of luck, my brother. Been telling that guy we need to go back to our roots. Bank boys do it. I know. Parker just gets on my freaking nerves ever since he got in that boat. I'm like, Parker, do you need to get on the bank? Do you need to get on the bank? Do you need to get on the bank? Does he listen? No. And then finally last night, I don't know what happened, but for some reason or other, he decided to get on the bank. And guess what? Hey, I was right. Hey, Parker, can I say that to you again? I was right. Get your butt on the bank where you belong. You can have that boat, and we can play around on the Crab Orchard Lake or Red or whatever you want to do. But man, when you're fishing that river, we need you on the bank. That's where you belong. Rashad Smith. Man, I used to fish with Rashad all the time. We worked together. And a lot of my older videos, you'll go back see. Rashad is in a lot of them. Rashad, he started off with me, and he wanted to catch a 30-pounder, and it took us about a year, I think. But we finally got him on a 30 because that's all he wanted. He said, man, give me a 30 and I'm good. And Rashad caught a lot of fish with me, and had a great time doing it. I miss those days. I'm going to have to hook back up with old Rashad sometime soon and get him back out here on the water. And then we're down to David Ogden. What's up, Dave? Good to have you in here. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got 19 people watching on YouTube right now. I don't know if I put this on Facebook or not, but I think we are at the bottom of the line. That went quick. But we got the rods out. I'm going to check the baits on those last two here just a minute. I'm sure I'm going to break those lines off in these rocks. I almost bet we are. And we'll have to retie them. Let's let them sit for a little bit longer and make sure the bait ain't just washed down to the rock. Maybe it'll wash out there and the fish can get a hold of it. We'll give it about 10 more minutes. And then we're going to pull those out and rebait them. River Cats Tackle. There he is, the boss man from RCT, Mr. John Cyclone. I'll be hanging out with John next weekend, next Saturday, at Memphis, Tennessee, at the Pyramid Bass Pro Shops. We're going to be down there for a catfish tournament. We're going to have our booth set up. Be down there selling all of our River Cats Tackle gear. And you guys stop by there and see us, and we'll say some good fish hooks and stuff. Rods and reels, we got it all, baby. We got it all. Come and see us down at the Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee next Saturday. Okay, David, one of my friends out in California posted a pic of a piebald, and I told him we have them out here. And he shared your last video where you caught the 19-pounder. Nice. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Let's give it a few more. Whoa, man, I've got giant sturgeon jumping out of the water right here in front of me right now. I wish I had that camera turned there. That was a big old sturgeon. Johnny Small Pepper! Johnny, I watched your show yesterday. You had 205 Wild Action on there. I was driving down the road, so I wasn't able to chat and stuff. But I watched you eat 205 peppers and watched him eat too. You know what? I really didn't think that 205 was going to be able to handle that. I ain't going to lie. I thought this boy is going to be crying like a baby. But he came through like a champ, ate them peppers and held right up in there. But, man, I really enjoyed that show. I was on my way to the river to get ready for the tournament. And you kept me company all the way there. Got to watch Johnny Small Pepper at 205 Wild Action while I was traveling on the road. I'll tell you, it's better to listen to the radio. I'll tell you that. I'd rather listen to Johnny Small Pepper than some of the crap they got on the radio nowadays. I just tune him out and turn him on. Yeah, he did great. He did great. Man, I wouldn't have been able to smell that pepper, and I'd have been, nope. I can't handle it, man. I used to could. I can't handle it no more. Man, I got ulcers in my stomach and everything else. I eat one of them peppers and rush me to the hospital. Fishing with Steve Mosley. What's up, buddy? Good to have you in here. Look at that. We've caught 3 fish this morning already. Is that the end of the line? I don't know. But we're going to give it the old college try. We're not giving up. We're going to keep going and see if we can't get on something else. We'll rebait that rod here in just a little bit and see if there ain't something out there that needs a little snack. You know what I'm saying? We'll give them a little snacky snack. We're throwing shad at them today. We got some cut carp. So far, every fish has come on cut shad. No action on the carp yet. But that don't mean we're going to give up on the carp. But we are going to concentrate mostly on shad today because it seems to be the bait that they want. And if what they want, that's what we're going to give them. Those peppers were substantial. If that's a fancy way of saying hotter than hell, then you're damn right. They were way hotter than I can handle. I'll tell you that. All right. I'm slowing down my momentum a little bit. Y'all, I am dead beat dog tired right now. Got in late last night. Well, early this morning from the tournament last night. And my wife asked me, said, you go fish today? I'm like, well, is the sun going to come up? And she goes, yeah, well, I'm going fishing then. And she said, you know what? You're just going to drop dead out there one of these days. And I go, well, that's where I'll probably be when they find me, is on the riverbank. But it ain't going to be today. I hope. You never know, man. Let's see, Cujo. We banked for 30 years and caught giants. Then the boat came in. It's really hard to see the screen. Learn it, but use it. In the great words of Danny Stone. It's a taxi. That's right. That boat is a freaking taxi on the Mississippi River because Jerry Parker knows where the bank spots are. All that boat does is save him a whole lot. You know, Jerry always does that billy goat walking over them rocks and climbing through trees and bushes and weeds and doing all that. Man, just use that boat to haul your stuff to the spot where you know you're going to get them. And he did it last night. And, you know, how many times can I say I'm right? I was right. Lance Macuga, my River Cats tackle brother. Oh, man, Lance, we are going to miss you at Memphis next Saturday. I wish you could come down there. But I know you made that big trip all the way down to Vicksburg and hung out with the guys down there then. So I completely understand. Man, them trips are very expensive when you're traveling that far. And Lance had a long ways to go, but he was there supporting the team and doing what Lance does. And he did a great job. Randy, old gray hair Swain, what's going on? Randy, good to see you. Y'all, I'm going to have to reel in them last 2 rods. I bet you they're either no bait or they're hung up. And we're going to break them off. And then I'll have to retie. I so dread that. We're going to try to get them in without breaking them off, but I almost bet you we're going to break them off. Let's go down there and give it a shot and see what we can do. Oh, we got away with that one. We actually got a ridge back. We did lose a sinker though, so we're going to have to replace that. Got to replace a weight. Let's dig in here and find one. That's the one I'm looking for. Man, I am almost out of weights again. I don't want to use those. That'll work. We'll tie a weight on there and rebait those and get them out there. I'm pretty sure I threw that second rod right across that other line, but heck with it. Let's roll with it and see what happens. Okay, did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Let's back it on up now. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Lance. Yeah, Jerry Parker caught a big one last night. Surprise, surprise. We knew it was coming. Parker's been in a little bit of a slump, but I knew when Parker come out of that slump, he was gonna come out of it hot and heavy. No doubt about it. Randy. Well, Bash Nate, what's up, buddy? Like I said, it seemed like it was a morning bite. It did pretty good. We caught, like I said, we caught 3 fish pretty quick this morning. Last weekend, the bite picked up right around 1 o'clock, I think it was. And man, they fired up then. We'll see what happens today. Maybe we've already run our luck on them this morning, but we ain't giving up. We're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. Going to keep trying. We're going to see if we can get on another one here. Throw some fresh bait out there. Let's see what happens. This is usually a pretty good spot. It's real snaggy, but there's a lot of fish out there. A lot of fish. We had a couple barges come through. One of them backed right up to the shore here and washed my lines out really bad. And we still caught a fish while that barge was doing that. He had that water churning and boiling. And I'll be dadgummit if a rod didn't go down right in the middle of that. I thought he was going to run up into the props on that dadgum barge, chop my line off. Robert James, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I'm trying on one right now. Nice. Duke City Fishing, let's go, Danny. Appreciate you, Duke City. Thank you for coming in. Let's see if we can't catch fish for you guys. Joshua Perham, what's up, my brother? Good to see you. And just like that, we are back at the bottom. It said, I want to see another piebald. Man, I tell you what, the lines are out there. It ain't up to me. You know, it's just something that happens every now and then. We'll see if we can't get on another one. Right now, we've got 30 people on YouTube, 3 on Facebook watching. Welcome in, everybody. I'm going to settle down for a little bit. You guys hang out, talk with each other. I'm going to watch these rods, see if we can't get something going on. I'm hoping that it wasn't just an early morning bite and then they shut down. But even if they did, generally you'll pick up a fish here and there sporadically. One of them comes along. The barges come through here and they churn all this water up. And a lot of times that'll wake them up and reactivate the bite, you know. That's what they call a barge bite. But here, it's really, really, I don't know, devastating because they chop this water up right here where I'm fishing at. They come rolling by here and they blow their jet prop, their prop wash all up in here. And it really stirs this water up. So not a lot of people believe in the barge bite, saying, you know, they go by and stir up the water. But that's out in the middle. But here, man, they stir up the water right up on the bank. They don't play. Well, I am tired. I'm telling you, I'm tired. I don't know how long we'll last today. We'll see. We'll stay as long as we can. But I may fall asleep on y'all. I don't know. I got to try to keep myself awake. I can lay down on the ground right now and take at least an hour nap. No problem. So if you guys are watching and I don't say that for an hour, that means I went to sleep. All right, y'all. Let's see if we can't get a fish. Come on, rods. Let's go. Hopefully there's still something out there somewhere. You know, for the longest time, I was going through a stage where I'd catch one fish, and that was it. It's one and done. One fish every trip. But here lately, I've been catching 3 fish every trip. The problem is, we've already caught our 3 today. So we need to break that curse. We need to break it today. We need to break the 3 fish curse. We need another one. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And hopefully we get on something big. But man, we'll take them all sizes. We don't care. We don't discriminate. Big fish, little fish, red fish, blue fish. We don't care. Take them all. I got a big old nasty mess of gar last night, man. Them things, I tell you what. But we wound up catching more catfish than we did gar, so that's always a plus. I think we landed 3 catfish last night and 2 gar. We were, I can't remember where I finished at. I finished but I was in the top 10 anyway. So at least we're keeping points on the board and staying in the top 10 for now. I'm sure there's some people out there that's going to come and try to knock me out of there. And good luck to them. Let's just have at it. Ain't nothing like I like a good challenge. I don't worry about getting beat. I'm happy for the people that win, because the whole thing is to put on a great show for everybody and make sure everybody has fun with no animosity, no crying, no whining, none of that stuff. Let's just do it. Let's see. Mary says, "Hey, everyone who has come in, please enjoy the live stream. And don't forget to subscribe." Thanks, Mary. I appreciate you, sis. Do I have Black Betty with you? I sure do. She's the last rod in the row down there. You can see her sticking up. Big old 16-footer there. You know, a lot of people ask me why I use those longer rods. And here's one of the number one reasons right here. When you're fishing in these rocks, okay, and you throw that line out there, you can lift that rod up real high and start real fast, and it'll lift that rig, the hook and the sinker. A lot of times it'll lift it up out of them rocks and save your rig from getting hung up. Whereas on a shorter rod, it's hard to lift it up out of there and not get hung up. But if you take those big long rods and you lift that up real fast and start reeling real quick, you can reel it up over top of them rocks and not get hung up. A shorter rod won't give you the angle that you need to keep off of the rocks. A long rod will. Like, we were able to save both those rigs because the shortest rod I got out today is a 10-footer. I've got 3 of them out. I've got 2 10-foot Ancient Mariners out. And, of course, you know, we got the 10-foot Lisa rod out there. Then we got the 14-foot Mad Cats and the 16-foot Black Betty. Let's see. One of 3-eyed fish, one that pulls the first 3 eyes on the rod in the water. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A 3-eyed fish. Well, we caught one this morning. That 14-foot Mad Cats, that thing's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's got 13 eyes on it. That's including the tip of the rod. And that fish pulled down to about a 4-eyed fish this morning, that 23-pounder. He managed to bend that down to 4 eyes. So he put up a pretty good fight. 23-pound blue out there in that fast churning water. Man, you'll think you got a 40 or a 50 on, and it'll be just a 20-pounder. But that's one of the things I love about fishing this fast current too, is because it gives that fish a lot more power, and to fight them in fast current is so much more fun than fighting them in slack water. But they will fool you. But I've had 50-pounders that I've hooked in fast current, and they would swim in toward me, and I'd think, man, this is a little bitty one, because it wouldn't be fighting that hard until you get them right up on the bank, and then they would turn into a powerhouse. And man, they would put a stomping on you. They would take off, peel drag, and start all over. Once that belly hits that sandbar or them rocks, yeah, and they know they're hooked, they're going to turn and burn, baby. They're going to haul butt to the middle of the river as fast as they can. Mac, what's up, Mac? Mac you did a great job on the tournament last night too. Put up a heck of a fight. Put up a heck of a fight, brother. Bank Anglers for life, man. Let's see. Hillbilly is River Cats tackle going to be in Tennessee Saturday with the new Ancient Mariner rods. Yes, we are. We are going to be in Memphis, Tennessee at the Pyramid, the Bass Pro Shops, and we are going to have the brand new carbon fiber rods there. You guys come on down to Memphis, go over to the Pyramid, check them out. We're going to have our booth set up, and it's going to be a huge booth this year. And we have the brand new carbon fiber rods coming out. We will have those with us at Memphis. It's going to be the first time anybody has laid hands on them because they are brand new and they're just too daggum cool. And Max says, I try the best I can. Well, Mac, you try, and you more often than not, you succeed, brother. So, hey, that's what I'm talking about. You know, people don't realize it is a lot tougher from the bank. It is a lot tougher from the bank. So whenever these guys get out there and they hook into a lot of fish or big fish and stuff, you know, we're stuck in one spot. You know, so when you go out bank fishing, you look at different spots and you kind of analyze the situation, and you have to choose wisely. Because when you're a bank angler, the last thing you want to do is a whole lot of moving. You just don't. It's too much work. So when you pick a spot, you got to choose very carefully because there's a chance you're going to be there all day. You know, you may move once, and extremely rare occasions, you may move twice. Me, I ain't moving. I'll pick a spot. If the fish ain't biting, I ain't catching nothing. That's all there is to it. But I ain't packing all this junk up and going somewhere else. I will sometimes, but man, I tell you what, it's got to be. I mean, I really got to. Woo, that one a big old giant carp right there. AR Patriot 1776. What's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Y'all won't miss out RC2 booth. Yeah, you hey, when you go down to Memphis and you come up to the bathroom, just listen for my voice and follow the sound of the voice. And when you get within 100 yards of it, go ahead on and put your earplugs in. Okay, because any closer than that, you're probably going to lose some hearing from the decibels that are going to be pounding on your eardrums. Because I am not a quiet person. And, well, you know what? I don't care. Loud and proud, baby. Ugh. I need to rest and relax for a minute, though. I try to keep up with you guys as much as I can. Ugh. But the bite has definitely slowed down. It was pretty decent this morning. But like I said, it comes and goes in spurts here. You be sitting there and 2 or 3 rods going off, and then you may go an hour or something without nothing, and then a couple of bites, and then they'll start going off again. These fish swim around in a big circle in this. This is a huge eddy I'm fishing in here, guys. This thing is massive. I mean, massive. The rolling, boiling water, and those fish just they make a little route right through there, and they'll come around, and then they'll go loop out that way toward the main channel, and then they'll come back around again. And some of them just lay up in them rocks right down there. There's a big, huge rock pile coming off that point that stretches out that way. And there's a big pile of rocks out there way deep down in the water. And that's where we got those last 2 rods thrown at. And a lot of time those fish will lay up in those rocks and won't move. And you throw the line out there and you just either hope that the current blows the bait over in front of their face, or they may have to shift around and move in them rocks for some reason, and they find your bait, pick it up, and then it's on. But I think we'll set a time limit on today for the fish if we don't have one on in a set period of time. Because I am so tired, we may cut this one short today. We'll see. I don't know. A lot of times when I get out here on this river, it's just hard for me to leave. I just don't want to go home. Not that I don't enjoy spending time with my wife, but man, I love being on this riverbank. It's just like, if I could live on this bank, I would. Absolutely. Catch fish with us. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. I need someone to come up for an hour so he can take a nap. And there is Dog and I Outdoors. Curtis, what's up? Good to see you on stand day this morning. Had fun fishing with you, brother. It was a good old time. And I'll tell you what, let's do this. Now, I'm going to drop a link. If anybody's out fishing, they want to come up, they can. Be warned, though, my speaker on my phone sucks, and my hearing in my head sucks. So I can bring you up, we can fish together, but if you talk, I got to put my head to the phone to even hear what you're saying. But I'll drop a link for anybody that wants to come up. Let's see here. I hit the wrong button. Let's do this. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Now that boat has come by me 2 or 3 times. And that should do it right there. All right, anybody out fishing? You want to come up and fish with me? I could probably use some help because my bite has slowed down. You're more than welcome to join me, though. And if you just want to sit back and listen to my bull crap, that's fine too. Yeah, that boat there came by here about 2 hours ago running way downstream. So he's got a spot down there he likes to fish. Apparently he didn't do very good though because he didn't stay very long. He was down there and back. Well, where have all the fish gone? Why did you leave me here all alone? You was here a while ago. Catch fish on other people's shows, and I do my live show, and they just all say, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Not gonna do it. Just leave that man hanging. They punish me like that a lot. Well, I ain't kidding, though, man. I tell you what, I caught that first fish last night was a channel cat. Then we caught 2 blue cats. I was really, really hoping, man, to get into a flathead, and I didn't care if it was a big one, a little one. I was really wanting to land the trifecta last night, just so I could say, hey, I caught a blue cat, channel cat, and a flathead. We done fishing on the way to the county fair. That sounds like a lot of fun. The county fair. There comes the barge around the bend way down there. Y'all can't see me, I don't think. Man, these dead rotten fish on the bankers. That wind changed direction. That stank. Stank. Oh my God. That's a powerful smell right there. Got a dead carp piled up all on the bank down there. And the wind just changed direction, blowing that stank right toward me. That's awful. Man, it smells like Kentucky Dam. If you ain't never been to Kentucky Dam, it smells like that all the time. Go over there skipjack fishing, and man, you better have some nose plugs in. Put some Vaseline up in your nose so you can't smell nothing. Cotton ball, something. If you breathe that all day, man, just about makes you nauseous. Let's see, it is 12:10 my time. I need to set a time limit on the fish. I'll put the clock on them. I don't care. We'll say if we don't have a fish on by 1 o'clock, we'll decide at that point if we're going to keep going or not. But last week, they started biting right at 1. Will they do it again today? I don't know. Probably not because I said it. Annette Eastman. Hello, Annette. How you doing, sis? Thanks for stopping in and seeing us in here. I know when I get home. Woo! I don't know if y'all saw that thing or not. That was a sturgeon. Big old sturgeon, about 20 feet off the bank. It just rolled in the water. You know, I've only caught 2 of those on rod reel in my life. And there's guys come over, they fish with worms though. They say if you want to catch those sturgeon, you got to throw worms out there. Worms, or if you can find some mussels or clams and bust the shell open and put them on the hook, you'll catch a lot of them sturgeon doing that. Yeah, I didn't know if I had that camera turned enough for you guys to see, but that sturgeon rolled right there off the bank. We had one earlier. They like to jump out of the water and do a flip and land back in. But you got to be looking right at them to see, because a lot of times them Asian carp will do it, and you'd be like, was that a sturgeon or was that a carp? I don't know. But if you're looking right at them, you can tell the difference. Most of the time, them carp only jump if a boat's going by. It spooks them. Sturgeon or a jar? You mean gar? No, that was a sturgeon there. I don't see gar jumping out of the water here. I'll see them roll on their. They'll come up and they'll lift their head out of the water and then go back down. But as far as jumping out of the water, I don't see the gar jumping that often. I can't recall ever seeing a gar jump out of the water like that. Thompson Outdoors Moore Shelby 19.18 last night was on RCT 12-aught German alloy. Yeah, baby. Go Shelby. That's what I'm talking about. I like old Shelby. She's pretty cool. But anytime I see the younger generation out there fishing like that, it does my heart good. And she's leading the pack, buddy. She don't play. Shelby and Sierra, they get out there fishing, and man, it's fun to watch them. I didn't get to see Shelby's butterfly outfit last night, though. I was so I said, man, I missed that. Did she wear the butterfly outfit last night? I never did get to see it. But Shelby was supposed to wear a butterfly suit last night. That thing was cool. They sent me pictures of it. I'm like, yeah, man, now you're talking. Man, the bite slowed down quick. It's not terrible hot out here today. Woke up this morning to 49-degree temperature. It's probably in the lower 60s right now. There's a little breeze blowing. Sun's out. It's hot on my right arm, but I'm not burning up. Let's see here. She was a butterfly, went in the cocoon, and then came out to reel a fish. Wow. Yeah, she was dancing with it. Nice. Man, I'm going to have to go back and watch that because I didn't get to see none of that last night. Definitely, when I get home, I'm gonna make a special effort. I got to go watch Shelby on the butterfly outfit. Oh, Lisa just got a little bitty bump, a little tap on her. Nothing too impressive. I'm not sure. Maybe a gar biting on it. It's a small bump. Nothing to get me excited yet. But that was our first, what you call tap on the rod for the live stream. Finally, we got something that pecked on it anyway. But the 3 fish we caught today, wasn't no pecking to it. They took the rod down, and I was hoping they would continue to do that. But apparently we got the little peckerheads moving in now. Probably little channel cats. Let's see, Thompson, RCT becoming a great fan. Well, we're glad to have you, brother. Glad to have you. And thank you for carrying our products in your store. We really, really, really appreciate that. Thompson Outdoors and More down by Watts Bar Dam. You guys are ever down Watts Bar Dam, go check them out. Well, that one little fish just pecked one time and quit. So I don't know. We'll just be patient. We'll see what happens. Nubby, what's up? Good afternoon, Nubby. Good to see you, brother. Got a barge coming straight at us, man. On a collision course. Now he'll turn once he hits that bend. I got a hole in my boot and I walk across that sand and now I got sand all in my boot and it's very uncomfortable. It's underneath my toes. I didn't even know I had a hole in the side of this boot until I walked across there. I got a boot full of sand and it's driving me crazy. Boy, that breeze feels nice, but I just wish it didn't have that stinky dead carp smell in it. They said if you go west three miles, don't find us, go back east 6 miles. That's right. I couldn't remember if it was east or west. But hey, the directions I gave them will work. You gotta watch Bar Dam. And then you drive 3 miles. If you don't see it, turn around and go back 6. You'll find them there. Man, I just baited them other 2 rods up with some fresh shad. Come on. These fish they're breakfast eaters, I guess. They wanted breakfast. And then they'll come back hopefully at lunch. Hopefully they'll want some lunch. It's lunchtime, fish. You already had breakfast. How about a little lunch? I'm fixing to reel up this. We've got the Ancient Mariner rod right down in front of us off camera there. That's the only one that has carp on it. And that rod has not had a bite all morning. So, and it's thrown out there in the deepest part of this eddy. It's in the deep section. So we're probably fixing to reel that up, take that carp off there. And you know what? We might just go ahead and put a whole shad on there and throw it out in that deep hole. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that. 217. I had a decent morning yesterday. Was going to do a live, but I was fishing in 30-mile-per-hour wind. Yeah. Hoo-wah, brother. All right, let's reel that rod up. Take that carp off there and put a whole shad on. I'm going to leave you guys focused on those 4 that are fishing. Just in case something happens, I don't want you to miss it. And I'll reel that rod up down there. And we're going to change that bait out and throw it out there in that hole. So let me go get started on that. And of course, it's hung up in the rocks. pretty sure we lost that whole rig. Broke it all off. Yep. Lost it all. Lost it all. We'll tie another one on real quick. We'll tie another rig on there real fast. Just so happens I have some pre-tied rigs right here on top. Ah, here comes that barge. He's going downstream though, so he won't stir the water up at all. It's the ones going upstream that, man, they just light this place up. They tear it up. Since we're in that deep hole, I'm gonna throw that big old giant. I'm gonna throw that big one. That'll keep it up out of the rocks, hopefully. We'll see. If not, I'm fixing to lose that high dollar. What is that? That's Nocturnal Nation. Those things ain't cheap. But, you know, if we have to, we'll donate it to the river. I've got some nicks in that line. I need to cut those out of there. Don't want to tie it onto a nicky line. It's got nicks all in it from dragging across them rocks. Go ahead and get that took care of now. Go ahead and cut that off there. Well, there's another spot bad in it. There we go. There's probably nicks in that line somewhere else too. I just ain't finding them. Mike Irvin, what's up, buddy? Let's see here. She said, "Oh, it's fun watching the sailboat club taking their boats off the water." That's probably a pretty good ordeal too, man. That's a chore right there, I imagine. Let's tie this big old monster Nocturnal Nation spook on here and see if that'll help us stay out of them rocks. But most likely, I'm probably fixing to lose this rig too. But it is what it is. No risk, no reward. You know what I mean? And what kind of weight strut I got left here? I'm gonna use that one right there. No, I don't want that one. Give me a different one. That'll work. I need to put about an 8-ounce weight on here, but I just really don't feel like throwing that much lead into the rocks. Danny, how much did the record low water levels 2023 help you learn the river? Well, quite a bit actually. But the thing that the only thing I enjoyed about the record low levels is man, I collected up lead weights that I'd lost over the last 10 years. And then the thing is, though, I turn around and throw them out there and lose them right back in the water again. It was like the river giveth and the river taketh away. You know what I mean? But I got I went back and found a lot of my rigs that I'd lost. Of course, there was actually people that would come to the river every day and walk around with 5-gallon buckets. And I had to, a lot of times, had to try to beat them down there because they would go to all the spots that I've been fishing. And man, they would pick up 5-gallon buckets of weights. And I'd lose a lot of them to people down there scavenging them, picking them up. And if I got to a spot and I saw they were already down there, I'm like, well, forget that. I ain't getting no weights out of there today. And they go through and pick them all up. That is a big old 12-aught River Cats tackle, German steel hook, trailing right behind. Ow, that thing's sharp. I just stuck it in my hand. Trailing right behind that spook. We're going to throw a big old 12-aught on here. That's why we're going to throw a whole shad on here. We're going to throw a whole shad, cut some slits in the side of him, and sling him out there in that deep, deep, deep water. Brian Bear, what's going on? Hey, you related to Running Bear? What's up, honey? Running Bear, love little white dove. Let's get some bait on this rod. All right, same thing I always do when I'm using a whole shad. That's not a very big one, but I'll cut little slits all down through the side on both sides. Kind of open him up a little bit. Get a little bit more of that blood and stuff in the water. And just hook him on there like that. I wonder if that rod will stay in that hole right there. We may be able to set this one we can see it. Yeah, we're going to stick that rod up in them rocks right there so we'll be able to keep an eye on it too. And it won't be offside, off camera. That's the one with the whole shad on it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully he don't pull it out of them rocks and drag it into the water. Wouldn't that be awful? Been there, done that. Small sinker. Yeah, I throw lightweight sinkers here. The biggest I usually throw is a 5-ounce because here's the thing. That sinker is going to go into the rocks and it's going to find a spot. It's going to lock in there. Doesn't matter how hard the current pulls, it ain't moving. And instead of throwing a heavy sinker and losing, see, I'd rather lose a 5-ounce weight than a 10-ounce weight. Because if I lose a 10-ounce weight, I'm losing twice as much lead. But like I said, you see all these rocks and stuff right here? Okay, see all that? That's what's on the bottom of that river. Now, when that sinker gets down there, I don't care. I went as slow as 3 ounce. Okay? When it hits the bottom, it's going to find a spot that it gets stuck in. And then that bait's just kind of flipping around on that spook right above that rock. You see what I'm saying? But I would rather lose a smaller weight in these rocks than if you sit here throwing out the 8s and the 10-ounce sinkers. Now, if I was on a smooth bottom, mud, clay, sand, and fast water, yeah, I'm going to throw that heavy weight. Absolutely, you're right. But in these rocks, I don't have to throw that big weight because no matter what size that sinker is, it's going to find a spot to get stuck in, and it's not going anywhere, I promise you. When you reel that in, you're going to lose that weight. I'd rather lose a 3 ounce, 4 ounce, or a 5 ounce than to lose a 6, 8, or 10. Make sense to you? But yeah, every one of those rods have got lighter weights on them, but they're not going anywhere. When that sinker hits them rocks and gets stuck between the crevice, that's where it's at. And that's what I was talking about with the longer rod. Sometimes you can lift up real fast and lift it up out of them rocks and get your sinker back. 9 times out of 10, that sinker's gone. You're not getting it back. But when you start spending money on lead, you try to be you find every chance and opportunity you can to go with smaller weight, so you're not losing as much lead, because lead is not cheap. And I go through a lot of sinkers here, a lot of them. Let's see here. Is Ernest in here? River Rat 3030. When did he come in here? Old River Rat. What's up, buddy? And we are running 5 rods right now, which honestly, in this spot here, I will generally only run 3 because of the fact that you lose so many rigs. And with 5 rods, I'm losing, more rigs. Where I cut it down to 3 rods, and I'm not losing as much gear as fast. I've run anywhere from 6 to 8 rods on a river before. No way I would run that many. I mean, it's unusual for me to run 5 here. Normally I run 3 rods here. That's it. I just can't see losing that much gear that fast. Because you throw out all them rods, and every now and then you got to reel up and check your bank. Well, you lost the rig. Then you retie it, bait it up, throw it out there, and you sit a little while, and you reel up and check your bank. Guess what? You lost another rig. You start throwing out a crap load of rods, you're going to lose a crap load of rigs. Them dead carp floating everywhere, man. We've had a major carp kill here, which like I've never seen before. But man, them things are everywhere, and they're washed up on the bank. And you talking about stinking? Oh my God, the smell is unbearable. Guerrero Bagre. Let's see. That's why I scavenge lead and make my own sinkers, dude. Me too. I'll walk the bank a lot of times, and I'll find where people are throwing like as small as 3/4 ounce into the rocks, and 2 ounce, 3 ounce. Sometimes I'll find 8, 10 ounce sinkers, big ones. The biggest sinker I've ever found out here in the rocks was a 14 ounce egg weight. That thing was, I thought it was a turkey egg, man. I said, that thing is massive, dude. But yeah, I found a 14 ounce egg weight one day down in these rocks. I actually walked around this morning along that rock shoreline there and picked up probably a couple pounds of lead just out of the rocks there. But they're all beat up, and some of them are the flat the sinkers that's got the hole through it that you thread the line through for Carolina rigging, and the hole's all plugged up with mud and dirt. Generally, I take those lead weights that I find on the bank, I melt all those down, and because I've got my own sinker mold, I make my own, and I'll melt those down and make them into what I want them to be. I'll have a bucket full of little bitty weights and stuff that I picked up, and bigger ones that are deformed and messed up, and just melt them all down and make them into the flat bank sinkers that I use. Well, I'm hoping these fish will come back around. Come on, let's go, let's go. But the bite may be shut down till late this afternoon, but we're not going to stay here late today. I've got to get some rest. I got work tomorrow. If I hang out here all day, even the little bit of sleep I get tonight is not going to help me recover from being up all night last night. I got very little sleep last night. By the time I got home, got all the gear put up, I had the bait put back up in the cooler, I put it in a pan, put it in the refrigerator to keep it cold. Then I jumped in the shower, got cleaned up, got me something to eat, then went to bed. Yeah, it was like 4 something in the morning. And then I turned around and got up at 6. So yeah, I got a little less than 2 hours sleep last night. But it was worth it. I had fun. I was making jig heads in front of our store yesterday, talking with Vince. Kevin is a poster guy for Beat Creole. Oh, okay, okay. Got a pretty good breeze blowing today. It's not blowing as hard as it was last week, but it's blowing. What time we got? 12:37. 12:37 my time. Yeah, I want to go past 1 for sure because, like I said last weekend, they didn't start biting till 1 o'clock. But because they were biting early this morning, I don't know if that's going to keep them from biting this afternoon. Mike Lockhart, have you caught anything yet? I caught 3 fish on stand day this morning. Biggest one being a 23-pound blue cat, and then I caught 2 more blue cats after that. But I caught 3 fish this morning. Nothing on this live stream yet. We've had 1 bite on this live. We did pretty good this morning though. Yeah, the bite was pretty active. Right around 9, between 9 and 10 o'clock, I'd say. Bite was pretty good. Then it kind of slowed down and died off. We're going to hang around for a little while to see if they pick back up. You know, it is what it is. You have no control over that. All you can do is throw baits out there and see what's going on. Are you guys getting a lot of wind off this? I mean, the wind's blowing pretty hard on the phone right now. Are you getting any wind noise? Bait today, our main bait we're using is fresh shad. I threw the cast net, got some fresh shad. They're probably about, I don't know, 8 inches long, some of them. The average one is about 5 inches. And the 5-inch shad we're throwing on their hole, and the 8-inch ones we're cutting them in half and making 2 baits. We do have some fresh common carp with us. We had a piece of that out this morning. No bites on it. We fished with fresh carp last night. I think I got 1 bite on the carp last night. Everything else came on shad. All the fish I caught last night were on shad. Everything this morning has been on shad. Usually shad is a wintertime bait here, and it doesn't do that good in the summer. But for some reason, they are not touching the skipjack. They don't want skipjack. They're biting the carp, sporadically. They're not really getting heavy and hot and heavy on the carp. But the bait that they've been chasing the hardest has been the shad. And that is actually unusual this time of year because, man, common carp here is the killer bait in the hottest part of the summer and early fall. Very rarely do I fish with shad this time of year. Almost caught a huge blue cat on Labor Day. That might have been Labor Day when I broke off. I hooked into a monster catfish. Wasn't last week, I think it was the week before. And dude, I couldn't do nothing with it. That thing ran out toward the river, was bending the rod. I started trying to turn him, and when I did, he shook his head and he snapped that line like it was sewing thread. I couldn't do nothing with him. The line I had on there was only 20-pound test. I've got that off there now. We're running 40-pound Berkley big game. A little bit tougher line. we have bait wars here. Lots of people have bait license, and undercutting everyone. John Cyclone said, "You watch skipjack will be a black market." Maybe, but this has been really a weird year for the skipjack. Um, I went to Kentucky Dam, caught probably some of the most skipjack I've ever caught. I caught this year. Now, the problem is, bring them over to Mississippi River, they don't want them. The fish ain't eating them. I have caught very few fish on skipjack this year. They're wanting shad and cut carp, mostly shad. But yeah, the skipjack has not done well for us this year on the river. Take a pause for a minute, get me a drink. Hang on just a second. I think I got a Gatorade and a bottle of water. Which one do I want? I think I'm gonna do the water. I'm gonna save the Gatorade. Like I said, if I get any wind noise, I won't pick that dog. I won't pick that dog. I won't pick that dog. Okay, it's not bad. All right. Yeah, if that wind noise gets too much, you guys let me know and I'll put a hair curler over the speaker. We just had another little bitty, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's so slight. There was a little bitty tap on that Lisa rod again. I'm almost betting that's going to be either a tiny channel cat or maybe a gar out there. I usually don't have too much trouble with gar in this spot here. They don't go out there in that deep hole. They stay close to the bank here. You come out here at night and you got a spotlight and you shine it on the water about a foot out from the bank, and those gar are just cruising back, hundreds of them back and forth along the shoreline. Kept playing with mine several different times. You watched John Parker dancing with his dog. Yeah, that video is crazy, man. That was a good video. That dog, he don't have that dog anymore. That was Murphy. The dog's name was Murphy. I couldn't think of it the other day. But Murphy was an old dog, and you know, all dogs go to heaven, and Murphy did too. But man, that was a good dog right there. He had several videos with Murphy in it. But that was right there was the #1 video with John Parker and his dog when they were dancing. If you haven't seen that, y'all check it out. Real-time catfishing. And find the Continental Drift Dance Contest. And watch John Parker dance. And that dog comes up there on the screen and starts dancing. He won first place in the dance contest. Well, John didn't win it. That dog did. If it hadn't been for that dog, John probably wouldn't have won that contest. But there was no way that they weren't getting first place when that dog come on the screen and started dancing. Well, we'll say he was dancing. You got to watch it to see what I'm talking about. Let's see, time now at 12:45. I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to set the clock at 1:30. At 1:30, we'll assess the situation and see if we want to keep going. If we don't have fish on by 1:30, then I know that 1 o'clock bite's probably not going to happen. Then, of course, 1:30 comes, I may say, screw it, let's stay another 30 minutes. You know how I am. Because these fish on the Mississippi River, think about it. You can throw these rods out and you can sit there forever. And right when you get ready to leave, just for no reason at all, boom, they'll start biting and they'll make you stay longer. And then they'll shut down and you say, all right, I'm going to leave. They'll start biting again. There's no set pattern to them. It's really, you can't pattern these fish. They just eat when they feel like eating, I guess. But right now, they don't feel like eating. They don't want no part of nothing. That's true. If the rod gets hit hard enough, I'll tend to change my mind. But thing about me, man, if I'm out here and if there's any chance at all that you're gonna hook up, then I'm not going nowhere. If you're gonna hook up on a catfish, yeah, I'm not leaving. But right now it is a 180-degree difference from this morning. This morning, man, they were biting pretty dang good. I caught that first blue cat and got him up and was holding him up in front of the camera. I walked back down, put him in the water, turned him loose, and looked up, and the other rod was going off. We had another blue cat on. And that's the way I like it right there. But, we got to take what we get. Have you used a gar for catfish bait before? No, I never have. I've had several people try to get me to do that, and I just never tried it. Maybe one of these days we'll catch a smaller gar. The two gar I caught last night were way too big. I wasn't gonna, I wouldn't kill that gar for just a few pieces of bait that I was gonna take off of him. I mean, those gar were huge. That first one, he was about big around as my leg. That was a big gar. Yeah, gar's hard to cut up. Bite picked up at 11:30 last night. Caught 3 past 30 minutes of the tournament. Wow. Yeah, my bite, probably about halfway through, I caught those 3 blue cats that I caught. Biggest one being that 19-pounder. And dude, I was only fishing in. I didn't throw any rods out. I tried a new spot last night. I just standing on the bank. It looked good. I thought, yeah, we'll give this spot a shot. And whenever the tournament started, when I threw the first rod out, I was like, oh, I said, this water's only 2 foot deep. I wanted to fish shallow water last night. I'd planned on that, but I didn't want to fish that shallow. That was, but I wound up pulling a 19-pounder off that shallow flat in that 2 foot water. And the thing about it was, all 3 catfish, when I hooked up on them, about 40 yards out, you could see them splashing because they were coming out of the water because the water was so shallow. But yeah, I would like to fish I wanted to hit shallow water last night, but I wanted to fish something a little deeper than what I was in. So I'll keep that spot in mind for times when the river's, if it's coming up, if the river's rising, that shallow spot would be great. But if the river's falling, that shallow spot is the worst place you could be, because they don't like coming up in that shallow water when the river's dropping. They're afraid they'll get trapped and die. So they avoid that shallow water when the river's falling. Yeah, I was really optimistic this morning with the bite being the way it was. I thought, man, it's going to be a good day, but it's like that everywhere here on the river. You can go to a spot, and usually within the first hour of fishing that spot, you catch all the really aggressive fish, the ones that are out feeding and looking for bait. Once you catch those, that's why the boat anglers move so much. They'll pull up on a spot, catch 2 or 3 fish, move on to another spot. But once you catch those aggressive fish, man, it slows you down to nothing, or to a crawl, or absolutely no bite at all. You get those aggressive fish out of that hole that are out searching for food. And right now, we're just hoping that one of those fish laying down there sleeping and wakes up and decides he wants something to eat. We'll try to pick off one more. We'll see. Uh, your giveaway win will be mailed out tomorrow. Okay, man. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've got to get home today and mail out gave away a few bait towels. I'm gonna go ahead and send them out. Uh, what type of reel do you have on the middle one? That's that 14-foot Mad Catz rod. That is an Akuma. What is that thing? It's an Akuma reel. I can't remember which one. Let me go look real quick. The name's about half scratched off there. It's an Akuma something XP, but it's a pretty big reel. But it works great. I think it's a CR something XP. I can't remember. Okay. Yeah, we get finished up here and shut this live down. I'm probably going to drive around to a couple spots uh, and maybe throw a couple rods out for a little while. But the spots I'm going to go to, there's no way, absolutely no way to live stream from them. But I'm hoping to set the camera up and get some footage and maybe catch a few more fish. So I can put a video out for you guys to watch later on. But yeah, I've got some spots I can fish that are pretty dependable as far as big fish and catching them pretty consistently. So I'll do a little bit more fishing after this live stream, but I'm not gonna stay out here all day though. Pretty tired. Is it a Kuma Classic? I'm not sure. It might be. Like I said, that rod, that reel's been in the back of the truck, banging around. It's got all the sides scratched up on it. You can't even read it. I am rough on my fishing gear. And that's why the stuff I got, it has to be pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? Because I haul my gear around a lot. Uh, I do a lot of fishing, so I keep the rods in the back of the truck. They're getting bounced around, banged around. My stuff gets beat up, and if I got rods that can't take a lot of torture, they just don't last long with me. But all these rods right here have held up pretty good, and I've definitely put them to the test. If you ever watch Tim Scott, dude, he like throws his rods in the boat, throws them in the truck. Uh, he is rough and tough on his gear. I'm pretty much the same way. I mean, if it can't take some hard heavy use, then I'll break it. Very few people have broke as much gear as I have. It is a good catfish reel. I'm pretty sure it's what it is. I actually got that reel from Richard Cluck. I think that is a classic XP. But man, that thing holds a lot of line, man. And I'm talking about it's got 40-pound Berkley big game on there, and it holds a lot of line. But I absolutely like that reel. Of course, I got my Ancient Mariner 6000s. Uh, Never had any trouble out of them. Uh, that company, we are partnered with Ancient Mariner. River Cats Tackle is. So I do use a lot of Ancient Mariner gear. I pro staff for River Cats, and like I said, we are partnered with Ancient Mariner. And Captain Spear, and he does me right. He tells me, he tells everybody, if you ever break one of my rods, one of my reels, they have a lifetime warranty on them. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. And he stands behind his product 100%. And there's been, like any reel, you can't name a reel in the market that you get one and, it might have a little trouble with it or something. But generally, with other rods and reels, you're just out that money or you have to buy the parts. If you tear up an Ancient Mariner rod or reel, or if it breaks on you, contact Captain Spearin, and he'll either fix it or replace it. Because there is a lifetime warranty on the rods and the reels, both. And you'd be hard pressed to find another rod or reel company that puts a lifetime warranty on their gear. Crappie Day! What's going on, buddy? The bite is really slow right now. It was great this morning. We had a fantastic morning on stand day, but man, they have just shut down on us. We're going to give it a little bit longer. I'm not going to stretch this out today. Maybe we'll get another fish come along and we'll pick one more up. But right now, I think I pretty much fished this spot out. They're just not into it anymore. what time we got now? 1:02. All right, we'll give it about 28 more minutes, guys. It's 1 o'clock. Last week, the fish started biting at 1. Since they were biting so good this morning, um, I don't know if that bite's going to pick back up or not. We'll give it 28 more minutes, and we're going to call it an early day today because, like I said, I'm pretty tired, y'all. I was up all night. But we had to come out here and try to do a little fishing for you guys, see if we couldn't get on something. But we're going to run it. We're going to run it till the clock runs out. You can see the bank over there on the Kentucky side. See all that sandbar that's exposed there? That's normally underwater. Normally you don't see all that sand right there. So yeah, this river, it's low again this year. This is going to be a third year in a row that we're going through like drought-like conditions. And I'll tell you what, I've had all of it I can take. We like our water to be a little bit higher because the fishing's a little bit better. Well, actually, a lot better. These low water conditions like this, it makes the fishing tough. Good hooked on Colorado J. Yeah, I do love it. I mean, you can look around here. You can. Why would you not want to spend, even when I'm not catching fish? I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out here? You know what I mean? It's a good place to just sit and find some peace in your life. You know what I mean? Kind of chill out and catfish and crappie. Mark, what's up? Mark, I ain't catching crap now. I caught 3 nice ones this morning on stand day. As soon as stand day ended, it's like when Stan left, he took all the dang fish with him. I'm like, what the crap, man? Yeah, we went from hero to zero real quick. We did catch some nice fish this morning, though, so I'm not going to complain. I know the feeling. I know you do, brother. I know you do. You know what it feels like to catch some good ones, too, though. I've seen you. Might go walleye fishing tomorrow morning. Flathead. He'd have to wait for later in the week. Yeah. Well, I haven't caught a flathead here since, let's see, in this spot here. Like I said, the last flathead I caught here was on Jody's show, that 39-pound flathead. And, you guys were talking about the piebalds earlier. One of the piebalds that I caught was actually in this exact spot. Creole catfishing. Creole was doing a live show, and I hopped up on his panel. And one of the piebalds that I caught was on Creole's channel right here. And it was a pretty cool one. He had a big white Z shape like Zorro on both sides of his body. It was kind of weird. It was almost like a matching pattern on both sides of his body. But I caught that one, like I said, on Creole's channel on a live. So that was one of the piebalgs that I've caught in my lifetime was in this spot right here. I think that's the only piebald I've caught out of this hole. A couple of other holes I've caught 4 or 5 out of. I've got one out of this hole. You know, people tried to ask me what's the secret to catching those piebalgs, and the only thing I can tell you is every one of them that I've caught have been in the deepest spots in that area. If you find the deepest hole, that's where I've caught every one of them. Does that mean that's where they're at? I don't know. I'm just telling you that's where I've got them at. If I find a section of river, I look for the deepest spot there and throw in the right smack dab in the middle of that deepest hole, the deepest point in there. Because one thing about piebalgs and albinos, they hate sunlight. They cannot stand sunlight. They sunburn so bad that it is really harmful to their skin. So they're going to go the deepest, darkest spot they can find. I have noticed that about them. I did catch one in shallow water last year, but it was late at night. That's the one I caught that had the 2 white patches on its head that looked like an orca. That one was the only one that I've caught in shallow water. Like I said, but it was late at night though. Rest of them been in the deepest hole you could find. Oh, 20 more minutes, and I'm going to pack up and move to a spot that I don't have a phone signal. I'm going to shoot footage for probably about an hour. I'll give it an hour in another spot. If the bite's not good there, I'm going home. I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to go to bed. And take me a afternoon long nap. I'll get up, move around a little bit, do some stuff around the house, and then go back to bed around probably about 10 o'clock tonight. But I'm going to have to get some sleep sometime today because I am beat. I'm dreading, even worse than you. I always hate packing up and carrying all that stuff. I got to carry it up that hill, over them rocks, and through those trees to the truck out there parked in a field. And I always hate packing up and moving all this stuff out of here because it seems like you got twice as much stuff carried out as you carried down. Don't know why, but it seems like that. If it takes me 3 trips to get it out, the stuff down here, it'll take 4 or 5 to get it out. Usually because I'm lower of energy and I'm not carrying as much gear out as I carried down. You know, when you're going to a fishing spot, you're all pumped up, you're excited, you got the blood flowing and adrenaline going, and you're anticipating getting rods in the water, and you'll carry more stuff in each trip to try to hurry up you down here. But at the end of the day, when you're done and you're exhausted, you just ain't excited about carrying a bunch of heavy stuff up that hill. And especially today with being the lack of sleep, I am not looking forward to carrying this stuff out of here. The thing about the next spot I'm going to, I can pretty much back the truck up to the water and fish off the bumper if I want to. But we'll see how that works out for us. I don't think we're going to be picking up that 1 o'clock bite, to be honest with you. I really don't. Yeah, I hate cutting this short on you guys today, but like I said, man, I keep saying it, and I hate to sound redundant, but I am freaking tired. I am wore out. You can probably tell that I'm not putting as much effort into the show as I normally do. And I don't want to have you guys sit here and get bored and say that show sucked. I'd just soon end it and come back another time when I've got more energy and I can keep you a little more entertained. Just ain't got it in me today. I just ain't got it in me. But as always, I appreciate you guys hanging out, coming in, checking on me, and seeing how it's going. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. But we will give it to the last minute. We'll go to 1:30. Is 1:13 my time. Give it 17 more minutes. Fish, you got 17 minutes. I'm not playing around today. I'm tired and I wanna move on. I'm in no mood for this fiddle farting around. I'm not gonna tolerate it today. You either bite or just move on. Because I'm not waiting on you. Yep, 40 people in here. I'm showing 33. But honestly, I hate to say it, I just don't think it's going to happen this afternoon. Not like it did last week. But you take the good with the bad. And do the best you can with what you got. That's all we ever do. May have a skunk show today, but we didn't have a skunk day. And I can live with that. Not to mention the fact that my back is killing me. Oh. Matter of fact, I'm going to pop a couple of ibuprofen right now. Hopefully they'll kick in before I have to start packing all this stuff up. Let that ibuprofen have time to start working. Ooh, that water tastes funny. Oh. Come on, fish. 14 more minutes. I do want to go try another spot, but like I said, there's going to be no phone signal there at all. But I'll run the camera on it. If I do any good, you'll know it because I'll show it later. If I don't, you'll never know if I fished or went home. Yeah, there's a turtle. You don't see them in this main river very often. Whoo, they went a jumper. I think that was a buffalo. Jumped right out of the water down there. That looked like a buffalo there. And he's hanging out right above our lines down there, or in the general vicinity. Something bit him in the butt, made him jump out of the water. Only dopes do dope. That's why. The thing, uh, going to the VA hospital for the longest time, they were putting me on all kinds of uh, what's that word I'm looking for? But anyways, there's some pretty powerful pain meds, and I got to where I just couldn't take them no more. Yeah, they helped my pain, but it made me feel too weird. And well, last thing we need is me feeling weirder than normal. You know what I mean? So I pretty much stick to the old ibuprofen now. I don't think I'm supposed to take Tylenol because of my ulcers. Or it might be the other way around. I may be taking the wrong pills. I may be supposed to take Tylenol and I'm taking ibuprofen. One of those I'm not supposed to take. Can't remember which one it is. That's why I keep my wife around. Mullet Man number 7. How you doing, buddy? We're not gonna stay in here much longer. Real time catfishing. There's my lucky charm. Got about 10 minutes left. John Parker's in here now. Wouldn't that be totally cool if John Parker showed up and the fish started biting? Because the thing about John Parker, he has the opposite effect on Danny Stone than he does at everybody else. Can John Parker come in the last 10 minutes and save the day? Can he do it? I don't know. I got quite a challenge for you today, John, because, man, they were biting good this morning. Real good this morning. I cannot complain about the fish we caught today. But, man, as soon as I started the live stream after stand day, it was like somebody flipped the light switch, turned them off, gone, ain't biting nothing. They said, no, thank you very much. We got our fill for breakfast. We're good till supper time. I'm going to have to get back out here sometime soon and do a night fishing trip here. Yeah, it's been a while since I fished at night here, so we're going to have to schedule a night fishing trip. Merlina, you rocked it, Danny. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. Y'all wish they'd have kept biting like they were this morning. I tell you what, I was really excited. I thought, man, gonna be a good day. We're gonna get on a lot of fish. But you know what? It happens every time. You roll up on a spot, you throw out the rods, you catch all the aggressive fish right off the bat, and then it just goes dead on you. And you can move to another spot and do it all over again. But like I said earlier, bank fishing, I don't like moving. It's just too much trouble. And I know you should always try to muster up the energy so you can put on a good show for everybody. And if you got to get up and move, get up and move. Ah, too much work for me these days. I don't like moving all this stuff. Don't care for it. Burrito, Catfish, Elisa, what's there? Danny, my forever PB buddy. You got that right, sis. My PB buddy. How much time we got left? We got about 7 more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna call it. If I can't put on a high energy show for you, or if I can't catch fish for you, I'm not gonna sit here and torture you with some boring. Uh, I mean, some people like just sitting here watching the river like I do, but that's not for everybody. If you ain't got a whole lot of action going on, I'm not gonna make you suffer through it because I know how you guys are too. You're a you're a loyal, dedicated bunch of friends, brothers and sisters, and you'll sit here with me all day just so I don't feel bad. But I'm not going to put you through that. Just go through YouTube and you'll find somebody somewhere that's catching fish. Fish, you are running out of time. You are running out of time. You're going to have to poop or get off the pot because I am not playing with you. That wind stopped and that sun's starting to get kind of hot on my back, too. Oh, and now it's just a show about me rambling and bumping my gums. Uh, yes, for those that don't know, me and Danny Clark, PB Blue Cats, the same day, around the same time. I think it was, you were reeling yours in pretty much the same time I was. That was the day I landed that nice 88.82 pounds. And I'll tell you what, that fish, I fought that fish for over 30 minutes before I finally got it in. That was the longest fight I've ever had on a catfish. And I caught that fish on a 13-foot Akuma Tundra rod with an Akuma Avenger 8000 reel. Yeah, keep an eye on that first rod right there. Yeah, something dropping slack in that first rod right out in front there. Probably a freaking gar. Probably a gar. Keeps dropping slack in the line. I'm trying to see where that line's at. Is he got it dropped all the way to the bank? I don't know. Let me go tighten that up a little bit. He's dropping a lot of slack in that rod. We'll keep an eye on that for a minute. Yeah, let's keep an eye on him for just a minute there. Yeah, he dropped slack all the way to the bank. I bet you that's a gar. I'd almost bet my next paycheck on it. Probably a gar picking that bait. And I got enough of them last night. I don't want no part of them today. Yeah, 128. 2 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to call it. I'm not going to drag you through this misery any longer. Hell no, I might just lay down on this bank, take a nap here. As tired as I am, it may not be a good idea to drive home. At the very least, I'll take a nap in the truck. One more minute. Oh. God, that's 1:30 my time. Get this thing situated here. I'll flip this camera around here. Oh, man, I'm tired. There we go. Oh, well, like I said, we had a great morning this morning. It just didn't pan out for us this afternoon. That's okay, though. Everybody's been there. Everybody's done that. Can't catch them all the time. Had a pretty good time last night fishing the tournament. Caught 3 fish last night. Come up this morning, catch 3 fish this morning. I guess we're on a kick now where it's just 3 fish limit. You're allowed 3 fish, Danny. After that, you need to go home. Just get on out of here. Stop trying to stick around and pick out more than your share. That's what they're saying to me, I guess. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I'm sorry we didn't get on anything, and I know the show wasn't as exciting or entertaining as it normally is. Because, like I said, guys, I'm running on less than 2 hours sleep, and I'm not going to put you through that. If I can't joke around and make you laugh and have a good time, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste your time because I know how you guys are. Like I said, you're loyal, dedicated, and you're real, true friends. Your brothers and sisters that always, always are here to support me. And I thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. God bless each and every one of you. And I'm glad you're in my life. I don't know what I'd do without you. You know, I always got by fine on my own. But once I got this group that I've got now uh, here hanging out with me, I can't live without you. I can't live without you. I, I got nothing left, man. The tank is empty. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to probably go up the truck and take a nap. And then I'm going to move around to a different spot and throw out some rods. I don't know. We'll see where it goes from there. Whew. Fish it up, Danny. All right, here we go. You ready? All right. You're my brothers, you're my sisters, you're my catfish family. God bless each and every one of you, because you know that Danny Stone loves you. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.